And we continue that early warning weather alert, and that is going to be for tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning. Most of tomorrow will be fine, though rain will be developing. And then as that low pressure system strengthens, well, gosh, the winds are going to be coming up. The precipitation is going to be getting heavier. We're talking about heavy wet snow, also heavy rainfall. All right, let's show you what's happening. We're expecting, again, the possibility of even power outages with that heavy wet snow. So that's what you need to prepare for, that potential. Again, the areas that are going to get the heavier snowfall, that's where you're going to see that greater chance of seeing some power outages and maybe some trees snapping. But right now, there are the two weather systems we're watching closely. They both will come into play, especially the one that's going to be emerging off the mid-Atlantic coastline as we head into tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, though, it's looking good for the kiddos. Again, we're talking about the ride into school into the 30s, and we'll have clouds building and then maybe some showers as we go towards that ride home. But those temperatures well above freezing. So we're coming off of a very warm day, got up to about 50 degrees here. And again, we're seeing mild temperatures tomorrow. So it's going to take a while for that precipitation to become problematic, and it will be primarily on Tuesday. So that low pressure system will really start to get cranking tomorrow night, and that's when we'll start to see heavier precipitation and even that heavier snow developing across, say, Litchfield County. And then we'll have to wait and see, will we get a little dry slot that will kind of put an end to precipitation for a short period of time, maybe a little break. And then we will also see that backside start to swing on through as that low pressure system starts to do a loop-de-loop, basically. I mean, we're talking about that snow taking over pretty much all across the state by Tuesday evening and overnight. So that's when everyone could see some snowflakes out of this. And then what this low pressure system ends up doing, we're still trying to nail down that evolution. Every model shows something slightly different. And as we know, slightly different could mean big changes in maybe some areas that get a little snow versus maybe getting a lot of snow. So again, there's still uncertainty with this track. We're going to continue to keep you updated, but here's how it's looking right now. The preliminary snowfall forecast, again, maybe over a foot to maybe 2. That's across the Northwest Hills, and then 4 to 8 inches as you get down a little bit in elevation. And then when you get into the valley location and just south of that, you're talking 2 to 4 inches, a lot to overcome. And then we're talking about 1 to 2 inches right along the immediate shoreline, which most of that would happen as we get into Tuesday evening. Winter storm watch in effect, also winter storm warning. Again, this is going to be for tomorrow, primarily late in the day into Tuesday as well. So the impacts inland, poor visibility, slick roadways, yeah, that's going to become high with this system. Could be some 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, especially across the eastern part of the state. And we're concerned about power outages because of the weight of the snow. And we're talking about shoreline, similar impacts, but the degree of that impact is a little bit lower. So again, that chance for, say, power outages is going to be much lower because you're not going to see as much snow. Do want to point out the possibility of those winds exceeding 30 miles per hour. There's hints at 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, not out of the question with this, even across the eastern part of the state. So lots of different variables that we'll have to prepare for. Very windy conditions going even into Wednesday morning. So that alert for that precipitation to change over to some snow, maybe heavy at times on Tuesday, windy conditions, and then look at that. Just like that, we're back to it feeling like spring around here, looking good by St. Patrick's Day, a few showers by Saturday. Brian?
All right, thanks, Joe.